All right, let's see. Yeah. Is it working, guys? Hey, Weed Eater, JR, Matt. Good to see you guys in here. Sarah will be out in a moment. Very good. How's the sound quality tonight? There's Clint. Good to see you, Clint. Good to see all of you. Sarah will be out in a moment. Hey, Rushing Wind Mountain. Good to see you. Yeah, it does help you have sound turned up there, Matt. I said Sarah will be out in a moment. Yeah, I decided to try the StreamYard just so I could maybe share a screen or something like that. Seeing if I missed anything, any conversations, questions, anything like that. It does not appear so. Hey, yeah. See, these are the kind of things I got to find out. Little things I can do like that to share you guys' comments on top. There we go. There's JR. Yeah, right. I think that photo on the thumbnail was right after we got up here to Alaska before I stopped shaving. And I had short hair. Hey, Tony, how you doing? She's coming, I think. It actually turned out to be a beautiful day today. It started off rainy, like it's been for the last 3 weeks or so. I have been walking every morning looking for the moose, and he has yet again changed his path. He is now walking down the far trail down by the tracks. So tomorrow I'm going to do a full walk to the tracks and back a couple times, see what happens. Yep, got my customary martini. She's coming. She's carrying her drink. She don't want to drop it. There's trouble.
Hi, folks. Too late. Well, I'm consistent. These glasses are a smidgen smaller than the ones I'm used to, and I'm generous with my shots.
Yep. Hey, Rebecca, Touched by Yarn. I'll give it a few minutes and I get a little announcement to make. There's John. What's up, brother? Good to see you.
Hi, John. Our John?
Yes, our John.
Okay, thank you. Our John. Yes.
John, make sure you look for the video coming out here in a couple of days because it's going to be the bridge build.
Oh, I think it's really good.
Yeah.
Oh, the bridges.
It's coming along good. Let me see. I've seen some here. Did y'all get the flooding? Alaska Cut the Cord did. No, because we're at a higher elevation. Our trails are a quagmire mess right now. It is muddy. It's actually worse than Breakup was this year right now.
It is.
There's 2 spots where the water's coming onto the trail from one of the 2 creeks. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of a mess.
Yeah. I kind of stay home.
Yep. She hasn't been doing the trail rides because it's muddy.
It's.
I go down to the tracks at least once a day just to make sure everything's okay, see how bad the flooding is. Because if a trail washes out real bad, I need to start repairing it instantly. Otherwise, it's going to get worse. And I've got 2 spots I've got to repair here tomorrow. There's onto it, Ozzy. Go ahead.
Hi. I did go to the tracks when we we knew that the neighbors were coming, and I went through their trail, and their trail crosses a creek, and it is really deep.
Yep.
And had I not been riding with Rob on the way in, I would have been afraid to drive on the way out.
Yep.
But I knew it could be done because we had just done it.
Yep. Hey, Mike Henderson, good to see you in here. I think you're a new sub.
And thank you.
On to it, Ozzy.
Yay.
Everybody's greeting everybody.
Good.
That's good.
We like our friends to be friends.
Yes. So on Wednesday, the 6th, Rebecca, you'll have to remind me of the time. I have it written down. I don't have my phone on me.
Yes, that's right.
I'm going to be on Rebecca Touched by Yarns live stream on her channel. And she's going to be knitting me a hat.
Yeah.
And everybody knows me. I like my hats.
He does indeed.
And JR, if you would, JR or John, share Rebecca's link if you would, please.
Mm-hmm.
Love the land every day. That's somebody new in here. Good to see you in here.
Good.
Clint says at 2 p.m. Oh, this is Rebecca, 2 p.m. Wednesday Central. So that's going to be what? That's noon our time, I think. I'll have to look.
Central. Yeah.
I think it's either noon or 11. I can't remember.
Well, it's 4. Say it's 4 now. Rebecca, what time is it where you are? And then we can figure it out.
Yeah.
It's this now and that then.
Yep. And
that's the limit of my math skills.
Clint says, I believe pretty much all of Talkeetna got flooded, didn't it? Yeah, it got bad down in Talkeetna. Talkeetna has been a mess for the last week or two. They actually had a really good taco truck down there. And at 5:30, about a week or so ago, it exploded. Absolutely. Literally, it exploded. And unfortunately, I don't have any pictures of it. Otherwise, I'd share it on the screen. But this little bitty taco truck, somebody left the gas on, and it went up. It damaged a lot of buildings downtown.
It's neighbors, and it's across the street neighbors.
Yeah, but it's
windows and bad.
The other buildings are back up and running and stuff like that, so it's all good.
But there's no taco truck.
Yeah, there's no taco truck now. And they had a really good halibut taco.
They did.
Angie's watching with me on the big screen. Good.
Yay. Hi, Angie.
Hello, Carrie. Good to see you in here.
Carrie. Woo!
Carrie Leonard.
Oh, not our Carrie.
No.
Different Carrie.
Different Carrie.
But it's good to see you too. Or have you here.
We got a number of new faces in here. That's nice.
Yay.
7 p.m. It's 7 p.m. there, so it's 4 here. So we're 3-hour difference. So it's 11 o'clock our time.
Okay. That's good.
Matt said he read about the taco truck explosion. Looked pretty bad. Yeah, it was pretty bad, Matt. Pretty bad. I wish I was able to find the photos again. Otherwise, I would have downloaded them and shared them on the screen. It was a mess. Mm-hmm. And there's been a lot of bear activity in Talkeetna lately too.
A lot.
Our friend Mary that works for the trains. John's met Mary, and she had a little black bear on her porch the other day. Yep. Yeah, it was Clint. It was around 4:15 in the morning, so nobody was out running around. It actually woke me up, and we're 15 miles from town, and it didn't register what woke me up, but something woke me up out of a dead sleep, and I just got up and I was up for the rest of the night. But then I found out that it was an explosion. It was actually heard all the way in Trapper Creek, which is about 20 miles away.
I didn't know it was that far. Well, we're 13.
Yeah. She's been saving and rationing herself on the bullet bourbon, John.
But I'm out.
Yeah. Oh, you're out? Never mind. She drank it all.
I'm out.
She did what she was
I'm going to buy more when we go into Costco. That's where you get the best.
You should be able to get some down there.
Prices.
Get the good buys.
Mm-hmm. I did price it last time, and it was very doable.
Yeah.
So.
JR, I don't know if Talkeetna is still flooding though. The water's been up and down. It's up a little bit from yesterday, at least here. So I'm sure it's up a little bit from down in Talkeetna. I don't know. We'll find out from Adam and Phyllis after our live what it's
Right.
like at their place,
Yeah.
because they get affected by it more than we do.
They have Willow Creek right
Yeah,
next,
Willow-
right across the
Willow
street
Creek is
from
within
their
hundreds
front
of feet of
yard.
their
Yeah,
property. So
it's right there, and it has changed path within the past few years.
Yep.
There's a little cabin across the
actually, it's a
street
little bit
from
longer. I think
them.
it was that
Was
happened
it?
back in the 80s.
That long ago?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, the little cabin that's across the street from them had a certain amount of acreage, and now their acreage is still available, of course, but it's across the creek, and
Yeah.
it didn't used to be across the creek.
So they've
So-
those people that bought that place got a kind of a messer. Jesus, what are you doing?
Hey, Zooby Doo. Zooby Doo. He doesn't know about.
This is the first time we've really sat out on the porch here in about a week, because actually a little over a week, because it's been so damp and cold.
Mhm.
It's let me look and see what temperature is.
Yeah, I think John took
It's
the sun with him.
63.
63.
And I've got to ditch this sweatshirt, so give me a
Mhm.
second. You don't want to see my fat belly.
Oh, it's a cute fat belly.
There.
That.
There we go. That's better.
Yes.
All right. Let's see here. Clint, what are you saying there, buddy? Well, we all think 80s were just a few years ago. Right?
Yeah.
It's on to it. Ozzy, how's stock levels going in, like AK heading into the colder times? We're doing pretty good.
Pretty good.
We got our new freezer up in here, and we get it all set up, and I'm loving the new freezer. When it's running, it only draws about 138 watts. The older freezer, which is a little bit smaller, the new one's 18.5 cubic feet, and the other one's 14 cubic feet. And the 14 cubic footer uses twice the power. It uses almost 300 watts when it's running. And the new one's only 100, like I said, about 138. So we're probably going to get another one just like it
In spring.
in springtime, or if they come on sale during the wintertime, we'll grab another one up.
Sure.
Not that we really use them in the wintertime, because we just
turn
open
them off. And they are freezing. They stay frozen.
Everybody's talking to one another back and forth. Is Carrie's greeting or saying hi to Rushing Wind. Onto it, Ozzy. I still have big hair. Well, if I let my ponytail out
loose
and blow dry it, it gets pretty frizzy. And I got naturally curly hair too. Weed Eater says, hopefully the skeeters are soon to be gone. We haven't seen a
pretty
mosquito
much
up here in
done.
about 3 weeks.
They're really pretty darn done.
And yes, John, 63 is nice up here right now.
It's gorgeous. Just gorgeous.
No, John, no moose yet. He was walking the lower trail for a little while between the two bridges, and I've been going up and down that starting at around 4 o'clock in the morning, and nothing. And this morning when I went for a ride down to the tracks, he had been down on the lower part of the trail close to the tracks, probably about 15 minutes before me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk it all the way down to the tracks tomorrow and walk back through the woods, and maybe I can find them that way. I don't know. They're not like whitetail back home, John.
Where they go, they have a schedule.
No, they don't. They just wander. Whitetail, they're creatures of habit. They'll go the same route just to get a drink.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, onto it. Obviously, that is a lot of juice for a freezer, and that's why I'm
That's
really
a lot.
liking that new one. And the old freezer, even though it's sucking down almost 300 watts, is only keeping the food around 12 degrees. The new freezer, drawing 138 watts, is down at -7 to -10. So
Better
it's
than
actually
I
working better. So Clint says we had a cool front move and only been in the mid 90s this week. Yay. That's better than 105, brother.
That's true.
Onto it. Ozzy says, I wish power costs, my power costs are crazy, even though I don't use much. Yeah, it's going like that all over the country, unfortunately.
All over the world.
Matt says the skeeter's still down by him. They don't like us cutting down a bunch of trees the last couple of weeks, I bet.
Yeah.
Ooh, Tony, that's too warm. 99 degrees where Tony is.
That's why we moved to Alaska.
One of the reasons.
One of the reasons, yes. Indeed.
Oops, I just said I scrolled too quickly.
I can't even see it.
JR, the wind hasn't, we don't really get a whole lot of wind. We've had a couple windstorms, but they weren't bad.
Right.
The rain has been keeping them at bay for the mosquitoes.
Mm-hmm.
And the last, like I said, the last 2 weeks, it hasn't been bad on the mosquitoes. We're getting the flies right now, but it's not bad. Yes, John, I agree. Tree stand time. I'll probably build one in the next summer. I'm going to put up a couple of them because I'm determined to get that big brown bear too. Hello, Alone. It is
Hi,
good to see you.
Alone. Glad you're here with us.
No.
Oh, what a treat. And
better late than never.
And all your news and support. We enjoy you so much.
Yep. And Alone, I really have to say thank you.
Yes.
Your little shout out that you gave us the other day on your last video has increased our sub base dramatically. We've gained a lot just in the last few days since you posted that video, and we appreciate that so much. We really do. Thank you very much. And there's Mountain Mariner.
Hi.
My mouse is dying out. There we go.
Dead mice.
There's Ed. Welcome, Ed. Good to see you. Everybody's greeting Alone. Alone's greeting everybody.
Everybody loves Alone. She's just lovable.
Somebody named Enigmatic. Oh, okay. I know who that is. That's he's friends with Josh from Southern Roots Alaskan Branches. He lives way north.
Way north. Yep. Oh my.
Everybody's saying hi. And Alone says, "You are most welcome. Glad to share your channel with everyone." Well, we really appreciate it. We do. We're getting closer to the 500 mark, as well as we're actually getting really close to 1,000 watch hours. Finally, it's taken some time, but I was checking up on our videos. We only have X amount of hours worth of videos. It's not long. I try to keep the videos short to keep everybody's attention. So there's always that fast forward bits, and we talk, and then fast forward bits and talk. And I don't want to draw a video out, and I tend not to talk a lot on the videos. So go figure, Hello, Ira. Good to see you in here. Haven't seen you in a little bit. And I believe Alone is doing her live tomorrow night. Somebody drop a link. And Alone, I think you're actually a moderator, so you might be able to drop your own link for your live. Because
you have the scoop. Yep. You know what you're doing.
Yep. And everybody's greeting one another and talking about work, things like that. Good. Oh, I just went too far. Oh. Sorry about that.
People work. I'm kind of retired. Although today I started my thinking about Christmas decorations. We haven't done that yet up here. And usually I'm big on handcrafted Christmas decorations.
Yep.
So I'm cutting sticks.
Yep. She'll show you what she's going to make here soon.
Yeah. When it gets a little bit more made. And right now it's rows of sticks.
Yep.
Boring.
There's Ed saying, yes, he's home finally. And he said he had a little issue with a black bear this morning. Is he in the freezer now? Or did you scare him off?
There've been a lot of black bears.
And Alone says, and I love you, all of you guys, Rob, Sarah, and everyone here on here is the best. Yes,
absolutely.
We have a really good subscriber base. All of the channels that we all talk to here. Be it Alone, Adam and Phyllis at Alaska Cut the Cord, the Gnomestead, Alaska Last Frontiers Homestead, Mountain Mariner, Onto It Aussie. Wait a minute, where's Brun? There's no Brun yet.
Oh.
She'll show up. But we all have really good subscribers, and we try to support one another, which is really, really good. The more we help one another, the better off we're going to be. There's a saying up here in Alaska, it takes a village to build a village. And we're firm believers of that.
Absolutely.
And this Russian wind says, how are you, Mountain Mariner? So everybody's still greeting one another.
Good.
And there's Northern Girl Hobbies. Haven't seen you here in a little bit.
I don't know her. Where?
Northern Girl Hobbies. I met her via Josh on his channel.
Oh, nice.
Where's
Nice.
Josh? All right,
Hobbies,
let me
I'm
get through
interested
the.
in hobbies.
Yeah,
Hobby girl.
I think you're Northern Girl. You're in Canada, if I remember right. Correct.
We'll see.
All right. Let's see. Everybody's greeting one another. What's Ed say? Doing good. Busy trying to get a few things done here. Got to run down the mountain, get some wood in a bit. Bit chilly at night here already. Yeah.
Already, yeah.
It's-
Sure. You're
It's
high.
been dipping down to the mid 40s up here at nighttime. But since we did finish the underpinning of the house, putting insulation around, it has made a huge difference. We can have the house at 70 degrees at nighttime, and when we wake up, it's only down to 68, where before
Right.
we'd be down into the low 60s, high 50s.
Yeah.
So it's already making a huge difference. So it's really, really good.
Really good. We're hoping it keeps the water
From freezing.
all winter.
Because we now have 400 gallons under the house. So hopefully it'll be okay.
What a luxury. Oh my goodness, it's a luxury.
And with all the rain, we haven't had to worry about water. I've only had to go
Really?
down to the creek to pump water up, twice
Twice
this
all
summer.
summer?
Once in the spring and then once right before John got here.
Yep. And we don't even have the eaves
The gutters.
in, and we have the big long
The old bathtub that we
bathtub.
took out in the one video is down actually about 3
right
feet
over
from
the-
here.
Yep.
And it's filling up in 3 days. Just off,
Right.
a 3 or 6 foot long
Just-
section of the roof.
Right.
Ira says, hello, everyone. Hope you all are well. We survived hurricane here in South Georgia. Good.
Oh, thank
Yeah, my
God.
mom's in Georgia too now, Ira, and
Yeah.
she had to deal with the winds and stuff like that too, but it wasn't
But it
that bad
wasn't
by
bad.
her.
Nothing like it's been in Florida. I mean, my goodness.
Yeah.
She's had terrible times in Florida.
Oh, yeah. She's not far from, I don't know if you know where Jessup is. She's around Jessup. I think she's in Hortense is the name of the town.
Mhm.
Okay, so alone is, hang on, let me click that to show that. I got to find my mouse pad
Mm.
because I can never get this thing to work right. Alone is doing her live tomorrow at 5 Alaska time. So make sure you go and check it out, guys.
Absolutely.
Give her some support and show her some love. A lot of you guys are already on there, but if you're not
Well,
already on
probably
there,
most.
you need to go see her.
Yeah, she's amazing.
And there's somebody new. It's was it Waiting in Alaska? Good to see you here.
Welcome.
Yep.
Absolutely.
There's Ed again saying I had a gut shot him and haven't been able to find him.
Oh,
He took off running. Yeah, that's not good. Gut shots
That's
are bad. What's the
bad.
is there a blood trail at all, Ed?
probably not. He would have found it.
Yeah, well, it can be touch and go. I had
Yes, indeed.
I shot one in the booty 2 years ago and there was barely any blood in him, but I knew it wasn't a bad shot that would kill him.
No.
And I wound up seeing him a couple weeks later, so it wasn't bad.
Yeah, he had a scar, if you will.
No,
but
he didn't have a scar. He had a little bit of a bald
little
spot
bit
on
of bald
his tail.
spot, right.
Yeah, keep looking, Ed.
Yes.
We haven't, since the ordeal when Sarah and I were walking down to the tracks, and we ran into that sow black bear and 2 juvenile cubs. We have not seen a bear up here at
Not
all.
a single bear.
Well, no, that's not true. We haven't seen them with our own eyes. We did see the sow brown bear and 2 cubs on the video
on the
camera
video.
about the time that John was here. And when John and I were down getting water at the spring, we could have sworn we heard something fall over a tree. It was a loud thump and tree limbs breaking going down. So we think there might have been a bear up
Bear
in a
the
tree.
Could be.
And some people saying hi to Ira and Waiting in Alaska is it Waiting Alaska or Waiting in Alaska? I'll have to go back and look. Waiting in Alaska. I see it right there. In Alaska. Yep. Let's see here. Ira says, please hold my 93-year-old mom in prayers as she will be undergo heart procedure later this month. Definitely, Ira.
Absolutely.
We will do that.
Absolutely.
We will do that.
Surgery is so difficult when you reach that point, that age. You don't just bounce back.
No, we don't.
Our wishes with her.
Onto it us says alone your live has Monday on it. Oops.
Oops.
And she says, "Oh, I'll have to fix that. I am needing to fix that." That's
I
good.
don't know what day it is.
Right. We lose track of time up here really quick.
Really
Ask
easily.
John when John was up here. We lost track of time a lot. He was so used to his Florida schedule. The first couple nights he was tired around 6 o'clock our time, which is 10 o'clock his time.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time he was going home, he's wired for sound up to 10 o'clock our time, so it's like 2 o'clock his time.
Mm.
Weed Eater says yes on the black bear running three running around last few weeks in my Eagle River neighborhood along with a young moose. Is it a bull moose or is it a female? And New England Girl says, I'll try to catch it. She's talking to Alone. Subbed, but we might be on our fishing trip. Nice.
Oh, fishing trip's good.
I'm in the basement. Where's Braun? I know. That's what I said. Where's Braun?
Yeah.
Where is
I
Braun?
don't know.
I have to give her hell.
Mm.
I need to make her chocolate cake. And she makes it. She gave me a recipe to her chocolate cake.
Is to die for.
It is good.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm reaching for him. I'm petting the dog,
Right.
so he doesn't get up my face.
Mm-hmm.
Clint says Brian is probably metal detecting on the beach somewhere finding cool stuff, right? She does do that.
She does.
And she does rather well.
And she has a good time.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, Josh is out hunting moose right now. That's why he's not on. Good. I hope he gets something.
Me too.
And yes, No Other Girls is in Ontario.
Ontario's nice.
Yeah, I have not been keeping up on my video subscriptions lately because we've been trying to get stuff done in between raindrops, and it's not been fun. And I was saying that she had consistent high 90 weather. Ooh, no, not good.
No.
Yeah, everybody's saying Josh is out hunting, so I'm behind in the comments, so don't mind me. John says I got lots of oak. Come on down Florida and pick it up. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, oak is hardwood. It'd burn well.
And JR sharing out Northern Girls link. And Rushing Wind is telling everybody to hit the thumbs up.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that. And there's Gillen Farms. Good to see you. It's Christine, I think, is in here from what Rushing Wind is saying.
Very good.
Iris says, I know Jessup. I've taken the train from there. I live near Tifton. Okay, I know what Tifton is. I'm just trying to catch up here a little bit. So if I skip over, if you have a question or anything and I miss it, please ask it again.
And I can't see well enough to read any of it.
Northern Girl's having horrible service. She's in and out on reception. How are we sounding okay, buddy? Let me know.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's saying prayers. That's going to be for Ira's mom.
Absolutely.
I usually lose or gain days. It's called retirement, right?
It makes a big difference, doesn't it?
And John says, hello to all. Please share this channel with everyone you know. I try and let everyone know what great people and such great place they have. Yes. Thank you, John. We appreciate that. There's the Brampton Gardener. And I believe you're a new sub, and I appreciate you being here. We both do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm getting behind in sub and comments. I'm sorry, guys. We start reading, we start talking, we fall behind. You know how it is. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, I'm not too far behind. Everybody's greeting anybody.
Good.
Iris says, love chocolate cake. Just finished a pot of stuffed peppers grown in garden. Chocolate cake would go. Oh, yeah. I haven't done stuffed peppers in a long time. Mm-hmm. You don't do peppers, so that's the reason why.
That's one reason. It is one of the first things I learned to cook after I married the first time. But they don't like me as much as I used to like them.
And there's Hugo Homestead. Good to see you in here again. Weeder says cow moose. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Everybody's,
We don't want to take them.
Yep. Everybody's greeting everybody. It's Tony greeting Christine. Okay. Just going through, seeing what's going on here. Hopefully we can catch up. Good sound. Pick a little fuzzy. Yeah, I'm running off my phone, John, because I know Starlink's been kind of wonky lately due to all the rain.
Yes.
I think the poor thing's saturated out there. Mm-hmm. There's Brooke Trout from Venice, Florida. Good to see you. Very sunny. Yeah, it's beautiful, sunny Venice. Popping in for a few. Hope are you doing any hunting? Yes, I've been hunting. No success yet.
I'm not going out in the middle of the night.
No.
It's not the middle of the night. No.
And there's Rebecca greeting some folks. And again, I will be on Rebecca's live on Wednesday.
Yep. Getting a new hat.
Yep. Woohoo! I'm actually caught up.
Holy smokes.
Brent says she lives near Toronto, but was born in Fairbanks. My parents are in Anchorage now. Very good.
Wow.
Very good. Mm-hmm. Railroad Mike Alaska says hello from Montana Creek. That's Mike. I'm probably gonna hack your last name. That's Grenaday, I think it is. He actually knew Jim and Nancy and used to come up here and do work on the property for Jim and Nancy. I have yet to meet him. Have come close to it. We've been in the Moore's hardware store a few times when at the same time, but just didn't realize it. He realized, but he wasn't sure, so we didn't actually meet. Yeah. One of these days we will.
And you're welcome to come back and visit anytime. You can stay in the real cabin this time.
And we actually were texting with Nancy last night.
Mm-hmm. Rob sent pictures of our kitchen.
Video.
I
try to, as we finish things off, I try to send Nancy videos and things like that of the house as it's getting more and more finished. And when I sent her the video of the kitchen last night, she was like, "Oh my God, that's amazing." Yes, Ed, I still have a lot of counter space. We were actually talking with the neighbors the other day about, the comment about the 20 feet of counter space.
Yeah. For me, it wasn't the counter space; it's the storage underneath the counter space. My God!
With her new cabinet, which added like 30 something inches to counter space,
and they're shallow drawers up and down. So you open it up, and everything you want is right there.
Yeah, as you guys saw in the video, she did a really good job at organizing it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask us questions. And it's good to see you finally made it in, Mike. And Mike also says, get here. I have to wait and pronounce my last name in person. We did meet in person last fall briefly. That was you at the 557. That's right. I forgot about that. That's where they're redoing 557 the steam train down by Four Seasons. You were. I went in when I was in with Mom. Mom was in the truck, and I went in and I was getting some stuff out of or going in and talking to them inside.
That's an issue with me, is I don't get out much in winter.
Yeah. That
keep the old home fires going. That's really literal up here. You can't go out for 2 days, 3 days, 2 nights, 3 days. Somebody has to stay here.
Yep.
It's me.
No other girls. You have a great night, and get those pickles finished.
Oh, pickles! I like pickles, sweet and sour.
Yeah, we gotta.
And bread and
butter. We're not gonna have enough pickles to pickle this year. Otherwise, I would be.
No, we're eating the cucumbers right up.
Right. Every time we get them that they're ready to pick, we just eat them. Like we got a couple tomatoes.
Sandwiches, yum.
Yep, we got a couple small tomatoes in there we're gonna eat tonight.
Yep, tomatoes, lettuce.
Yep. Aunt Ozzy says, I really liking the new times for everyone's live streams. They are all on my days off. Well, that's good.
Oh, good.
That's good.
So glad we can accommodate your schedule.
Right. The big reason
we don't have one.
Right. The big reason we moved our schedules for the live was a lot of times we're in town on Thursday to Saturday or Thursday to Sunday. And it's kind of a pain in the tail to try to do the live streams in town, try to be back to the Airbnb where we stay at our friend's place. on time to do the lives. So it was like, we've got to move it. And fortunately, Miss Alone had stopped her lives, but now she's going to start doing again. So it worked out for us.
Worked out really well.
And then with our friends Adam and Phyllis, it works out good that they're following behind us.
Really well.
They'll probably be in here shortly, and we'll be able to make sure they share a link too.
They're so much fun.
Yep. Northern Girl says toolbox and counter space is awesome. Yes, definitely.
Love it.
It actually worked out really good. Excuse me.
Yep.
Mike says, I'll definitely take you up on that offer and visit at some point. I appreciate it. Appreciate the offer. It's not a problem, Mike.
No, it'll be great.
You might know things about the property that we haven't
don't know yet.
Yep. And if anybody knows where to get a magneto system for an old Wisconsin 2-cylinder THD, let me know. I want to get Jim's up and running. When I talked with Nancy last night, the last time that it was running was about almost 10 years ago.
You said 2015?
Yeah. Like so, and it's not locked up. It's free, but it needs a magneto bad. And I'm hoping I can figure out some kind of electric start because I don't feel like cranking that thing by hand. And Rushing Wind says, great channel, running some vids now. Will be okay. Rushing Wind's talking to Alone.
Oh, good.
JR says, onto it, Ozzy. Glad you changed your work schedule to see all the live stream. And Mike says, you can tell who has wood heat and who doesn't by how long they leave the house for a ride.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is very true.
Really true.
But, as you guys saw in the last video with the toolbox, we have a Nordic wood oil drip stove that we got from Adam and Phyllis, our friends that we got side by side from Alaska Cut the Cord. Unfortunately, we're not going to put it in until the spring because we have so much going on. We're not going to have time to do it. I've got to finish getting some wood done. And speaking of Alaska Cut the Cords, there they are.
Yay!
Good to see you guys.
Both or just Phyllis?
Probably just Phyllis. Adam might. Well, you never know because Adam could be at work
Sometimes
too.
He gets a break.
Yep.
Nice.
Let's go back up so I don't miss anybody.
Good.
And Rebecca's saying, I love how you are using the toolbox in your home. Yep.
It really, really works well. And the extra counter space, believe it or not, is a good thing.
Actually,
it looks great.
Adam has seen the engine, so I haven't really talked to him about finding a magneto. I wasn't really sure what's wrong with it, but I'm getting no spark whatsoever. So, I mean, it could just need wires. I'm going to try wires first. Hopefully, that'd be the easy fix. But online, I've been able to find a magneto, but they're like $300. And that's the old style. I'm hoping I can find an electronic magneto. But with it not being an electric start, I don't know if that's going to work or not. So we're going to try a few different things. And everybody make sure you say hi to Alaska Cut the Cord. I'm not sure who it is. There's Braun.
There she is. Hurrah.
And Mike is saying, send me model info. I know people who know where to get that magneto. It is a Wisconsin engine THD 2-cylinder. That's all I know. The THD is the model of the engine. Well, Brun, we're happy that you jumped in to say hi.
Absolutely.
We're all asking, where is she? We all thought you were out, running around with your metal detector, listen for those nice little beeps.
Detecting.
And Alone is greeting people.
Good.
Everybody's greeting Alaska Cut the Cord and Brun.
And Brun.
Trying to scroll down. Everybody's just greeting people, so I don't need to read all that. Was vacuuming. It's spring clean time here.
Ooh. I vacuum really, really, really seldom because of the power, largely.
Yeah, it's Adam that's on.
Yeah, good. Oh, is it? Hi, Adam.
Let's see. I seen something. Where was it? She's vacuuming. Onto it, Ozzy says, hi, Brun. Told him you were in the basement. And it's not just Adam. It's Adam. You're not just Adam.
Oh, of course.
You are Adam.
Yay.
No moose today. Nope. No moose today here either. Though he is moving down by the tracks more, so I'm going to shift my my walk down that way tomorrow.
Good.
I would try it tonight, but I'd rather not be trying to butcher up a moose and quarter it and gut it in the middle of the night.
Yeah, it's hard.
Everybody's
And I can't help for beans.
yeah.
No way.
Everybody's greeting Brun. I need to make sure that the batteries for the Milwaukee Sawzall are charged up.
Oh, just in case.
Yeah. No, Brun is greeting everybody. No, John, the Wisconsin engine is not electric start. It is crank start. I need to find a conversion kit for that.
It's old as the hills.
Yeah. Jim, actually, it dragged itself to the property when Jim got it. John found that information online.
Really?
Yeah, he pulled the cable out and winched it forward.
Winch it forward.
Mountains out. It's the first time we've seen a mountain in a while. Sorry. Squirrel. Mike.
I haven't seen it in days.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's probably been about 2 weeks. Mike says, okay, I'll see if I can help. I want to stop by and say hi, but I have to go. I have to cut fire. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Now that it's not raining, we're going to try to get some firewood done later on. After Adam and Phyllis is live. Brun says, you are so thoughtful. I'm getting ready for spring.
Yeah.
Adam's greeting Clint, Brun alone, and hello, Sarah.
Hi, Adam.
What about me?
You too.
Weed Eater's greeting people. The one and only. There you go, Adam. The one and only Adam.
That's the one.
That's the way to do it.
That's the
one. Brun. Geez, Rob, nighttime butchering is just a crime scene. Just like a crime scene, right?
Boy. Yep.
Yeah, no, I don't want to have to butcher an animal in the middle. I mean, not butcher, but quarter it.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't want to do that in the middle of the night. You know, not with the size brown bears we get through here at times.
Oh, gosh.
I don't want to contend with that. I don't want to have to be cleaning up 2 animals.
There, what a mess. No.
Oh, John, you know, I'm going to screenshot that and I'm going to send that to her. He says, LOL, you did a Tracy. Tracy is a friend of ours back in Florida that works with Angela, and she is a squirrel girl to a T. Sweetheart, love her to death, but she is a squirrel girl.
Easily distracted.
They're easily distracted. Don't. I'll be nice. Sorry, Tracy, if you're watching. Everybody's greeting Brun. Brun says has Alone got her firewood yet?
Oh, yes.
How is that suspense. Can't wait for her to tell me. Right, Alone, did you get your firewood yet? And I finally made it back to the bottom. Hey.
That's worrisome.
And there's original 6. Good to see you in here. Adam, Brun Free is the crime scene in the basement there.
Cute.
She got you, Brun. She got you. Brun was asking about the firewood and oops, not that one. This one here. Sorry, Adam. Says Brun, you'll have to check tomorrow's live to find.
That's what I wondered. Yes, the secret is
get that hook in there.
Yeah,
reel them in.
Absolutely.
Good girl, Alone.
Well done.
JR says some magnetos have a safety clip that will ground the grounding wire if the ground wire is removed from the magneto. I see. I don't know. We had one of these Wisconsin engines on the farm when I was growing up, but it was attached to a log splitter. And that one was electric start, not hand crank. So I don't know enough about these engines, and I need to actually download the manual that John Hogan sent me a link to and see what happens. Need to be playing with that. Alone's wanking. Brun said, "Whoa, there we go. Adam isn't in the big hole under the tree in the backfield, right? Gotta hide the body. You can't just have him in your basement."
Right.
And Adam saying, "Don't forget to hit that like button." Thank you, Adam. Appreciate that always, brother. And there's Oklahoma Grammy Sandra Madero.
Nice.
Good to see you in here. She says, "Hi, Rob and Sarah."
Hi, Sandra.
So I'm just giggling at some of the comments.
Read them because I can't see them.
Oh no, it's just about the one from Braun. So anybody have any questions? Ask them now. Hurry up. Now. Hurry up. I'm in a good mood because it's been nice out for part of the day. So I've been down
almost
to
half the day.
Yep. I've been down to the spring, got our water topped off from the spring for drinking. Didn't get much else done.
No. Well,
it was raining. I did edit out a lot of video today.
Wet. Yep. Forever.
Hang on. It's something random from Braun. Random. I dug up a pine fire pistol cartridge from the 1890s. It's special. Yeah, I bet it is special.
It is.
I haven't seen a pin fire. I said pine fire, but it's a pin fire. They're neat little pistols. But yeah, I haven't seen a pin fire in years, Braun. That's good. And it's neat that you actually knew what it was.
I wouldn't know it if it bit me in the nose.
And JR said excavators are mostly for trespassers. Shh. Don't tell nobody. I actually, so to go back to the Wisconsin engine real quick, that actually is hooked up to a drag line for hauling trees, and it has an excavator bucket on it. So old man Jim, what he would do is he would drag that out with his four-wheeler, have Nancy, I'm speculating here, Nancy working the lever for the drum to put it in gear. And then when it started dragging, there's two bars on it. He'd push it up and it would scoop down into the dirt, and then he'd pull it back and level out and pull it, and then he'd dump it somewhere else. That's how he actually cleared the land for where this house is. Yeah, so I'm really curious to get that running, and I'd really love to be able to use it to pull some trees up to the house instead of dragging it up with the four-wheelers.
Well, yeah.
Adam says, "Let's cut the cord. Love the salmon video. Was great." Yes, it was.
It was wonderful.
So work vehicle going down the tracks. I could hear it.
I didn't hear it.
What's really cold onto it, Ozzy? What temperature?
Yes.
I'm curious to see what you say cold is. And Braun has a question. What did the salmon taste like that Adam gave you? I have not actually eaten any of the salmon, and I did not get any of the smoked salmon yet.
We're kind of hoarding it.
Yeah, well, we have a few salmon fillets from Adam. We'll probably eat those, at least one of those, sometime in the next week. And next time I go into town, mid-month, we will grab the smoked salmon from Adam. He was still canning it when I was down there. And when we went back in, and when he gave us the yellow eye and the salmon fillets, we didn't get a canned one. We just forgot to grab it from him or something. I don't know. I mean, I wasn't thinking about it because I was extremely happy because he had a bag of frozen salmon skins for me. You're asking, what do you want salmon skins for, Rob?
Yes.
To make leather. You can actually make really nice, durable leather out of salmon skins. And
it feels amazing. Yes. We've felt it at a friend of ours has people who make it.
Yeah, he knows. He had a wallet made out of it. And it's really nice. So I used to do a lot of leather work. I've made saddles. I've made reins and harnesses for the polo players up in Sarasota. So I'm going to try to get back into do a little bit of leather work as well.
And it's thin and tough at the same time. Very unusual. And beautiful.
Oklahoma Grammy says, "Sarah, you look absolutely gorgeous today."
Thank you. Thank you. I did brush my hair. I got the head off.
And Russian Winds greeting Grammy. And JR says, "But only for animal trespassers." No, the animal trespassers go in the freezer.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. We don't need people
very often. No. Very often. I don't at all.
No.
What has she been eating? Alone says, JR, LOL, true, but I agree with Rob. Shh. Sarah getting more comfortable with the side by side. Yes, she is. She's doing good with the side by side.
Like I said earlier, I went down into the creek at our neighbor's house and back up out.
Yep. Not a problem. And the water was fairly deep.
It was pretty deep.
I actually had to use the winch on it the other day.
He didn't tell me.
I was going up the upper trail, and there's one spot where there's an old rotted stump that's been getting worn down, and I got high centered on it. I was going over it, and I didn't judge I was trying to be more on the left side, but I was more in the middle and to the right. So I slid off and got high centered and had to use the winch to pull off, but it was all good. It only took me about 2 minutes.
Usually I'm there to help with the winch. I usually just do the tying it up because I don't know how to run things.
Brun, to celebrate my find, I bought chocolate bullet candies.
Woo! All righty then.
I don't think we had chocolate bullet candies here.
Mm.
Those are good feelings when you get things to cross off your work list. Yes, it is.
I have been known to add something that I have done to a list just so I can cross it off.
And certain things I don't film because it just takes a while to do, or it's messy.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
where the chickens were before we built a new coop.
Oh, it was a hot mess.
Disaster.
Oh,
and I went in there like a wrecking ball last week and
Right.
took out the wall, took everything out, took the floors up, took the insulation up.
And
I wasn't going to film that because it was just nasty.
it was horrible.
Dealing with years and years of bird manure in there that had been on the
And
wood.
maybe rabbit too. You think
No,
they
the
were
rabbits were in the
different
cages
place,
outside.
yeah.
They had the hutches outside, so I didn't
What
want to
a
film that because it was
hot
bad. I
mess.
mean, I'm wearing a mask and stuff and gloves.
I stayed in the house.
Yeah, she stayed in the house, so
Good.
I didn't. Things like that, I try not to film because number one, it's gonna make for a long, boring video.
Oh God. Who
I
wants
want
to
to show
watch
you guys.
shoveling?
I want to show you the good and the bad. I'm not just here to focus on, oh, look what we're doing. I want you to see what our day-to-day stuff is like, but that's
was
tedious.
too bad.
That's tedious. You don't want to
is.
see that.
Yeah.
Trust me.
No.
Turazi is 12 Celsius, but it's blowing a gale.
Oh my.
I can't remember my Celsius. So it's gonna be what? Maybe about
30
about 40 something degrees.
difference. Yeah,
30, 40 degrees, somewhere around there.
42.
Maybe.
My math skills are weak.
John says, I want moose meat, so get hunting, Robert. All right, see you later.
No.
Another question from Miss Braun. How's the greenhouse doing? Any veggies? Actually, we've been eating out of the greenhouse.
We have. Oh, we've had green beans. Thanks to Adam and Phyllis, we have had raw green beans with a dipping sauce.
Yeah.
It didn't occur to me.
Yeah, we had some last night. We got some Catalina dressing
and
and been dipping the green beans in, eating them that way. And oh my God,
they're
so
good. And some of our tomatoes are little tiny.
Yeah, the tomato variety.
But they're sweet.
Yes, the variety of tomatoes we
my
have, the
goodness,
tomatoes are
they're
only about
tiny.
yay big, between $1.25 and $1/2 size. But like Sarah said, they are extremely sweet and tasty. But we have a number of zucchini ready to pick. I'll probably pick a couple of those here in the next day or so. I'm gonna make some chocolate zucchini cake.
Zucchini is one of my favorites. I think we should have I could raw dip that too.
Yeah,
I love zucchini.
Yep.
And we've had cucumbers. Oh, cucumber sandwiches.
Yeah.
Yum.
Adam says, I'm sure I gave you some canned salmon. Maybe I was drinking. Maybe.
Maybe we all were.
Yeah. But no, I don't have any salmon in the house. Otherwise,
well, did we eat any?
No, last time we had salmon was when Mary's family was here, and that was before he did his canning. That's when we get the last of the salmon between when John was here and then when they were here, we had the last of the salmon.
Yes, we did. Mm-hmm.
And Brun says all the women are absolutely gorgeous every day. Yes, I agree.
Sweet.
Oklahoma Grammy is saying hi to Alone or Alaska Cut the Cord. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I can't see all that well sometimes either, and I get a little bit of glare coming into my eye.
There's some glare. Yeah, we're squinting. There's some glare now, which is a treat.
Yep. Yeah.
Because that means there's sun out there.
Yeah, we haven't been getting much solar power lately. We've been running on generators a lot lately.
Yeah. Was it March, April, and May.
Yeah, we
We
didn't,
didn't even
run
run
the
the
generator.
generator at all those 3 months. That was,
It was
so
nice.
luxurious.
It was nice.
I could run anything I wanted.
Yeah, well, she still can. She just.
But
John says, "You
I
mean
don't
my
want to-
cabin?"
yes, your cabin, John.
And Brun's talking to Oklahoma Grammy. Well, that's very, very far away from me kind of place.
Mm.
Lovely to meet you. Good.
We like to have our friends be friends.
Yes, we do.
It's really nice.
Yep. Brun says, "I want to see it all, Rob. So don't be camera shy. Get filming." Oh God, I would have time to sleep from editing.
Right.
I'm usually pretty good with my editing. When I film, because this isn't my first YouTube channel. I had a rather successful outdoor gear review and air gun channel years and years ago. I'm talking about 10 years ago. And I had a large subscriber base, and I could do most of my videos in one take. And to the point, I still can. When I know what I want to say to the camera, and if I kind of plan it out ahead of time, I can do it all in one take. It's usually just piecing it all together that takes me a little bit of time. But my average video, I mean, you guys see my videos, and they're not the greatest videos in the world on editing and plot lines, things like that. But I can even like the one where the best one, in my opinion, was the one that I did from Talkeeton to home with all the stuff when I stayed at the Ravens Roost Airbnb, and I brought all the stuff back in the wintertime. How an off-gridder gets back from with supplies.
Oh, yeah.
I had that video edited out in 20 minutes. My average video takes about 3 hours. I know a lot of folks, it can take them days to edit a video up, but I don't film that much. If I know what I want to film, I can go out and film what I need to do while I'm doing a project and make it a little easier on myself instead of having hours and hours and hours of video editing to do to figure out what shots I want. Because the biggest problem I have is my GoPros. My GoPros crap out and overheat. That's an issue. I don't like that, because if I know I'm filming something and I want this part of the video, well, 5 minutes prior to that video, the camera crapped out because it overheated. And so I'd rather turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off as needed. So I know I'm going to get the shots I've got. I only have a few batteries, and if the GoPro heats up, it doesn't matter if the batteries are good or not, and it would just shut off. At times the batteries go quickly, at times they don't. It doesn't make no sense. Anyways, I'm getting behind on comments.
Oh dear. The other thing is, things always get worse before they get better.
Yeah.
And oh my, sometimes it's a hot mess around here.
Yes. The Oklahoma Grammy, the chickens are doing really good.
They are.
We've had one hen that went broody, and nothing is hatching.
Nothing is hatching.
I swear this rooster is shooting blanks.
But we have had at least 2 eggs that have been.
Actually, I broke that one open. There was nothing inside.
Really?
It was a rotten egg.
It was rotten
green.
egg.
We thought we had
and
a couple.
Had 2 roosters.
Well, we only got one.
Only got one.
The other one's in the freezer.
He was a bad one.
Yeah, he went after Sarah and messed her up a little bit. But
mean as a snake.
We've had 2 hens go broody, and none of the have
eggs
hatched out.
Have
but the one that's broody right now is a pitta. She'll gather up all her eggs. She'll sit there,
eggs.
And then she'll push a bunch of eggs out, and then she'll gather up some other eggs. Unfortunately, the way it's about to be changed. She was mixed in with everybody else. Right. Now that I've got the old door system from the old coop into the new coop, I have a few spots I've got to change, and now isolate her from the other girls so they're not swapping eggs.
Right.
So I'm hoping they'll be okay.
Maybe we'll get a couple of chicks.
Yep. Hopefully. I don't want to have chicks right now because we're going through the cold season. I don't want the babies to die.
That's true.
I'd rather wait until spring. Brun says zucchini relish is hells yeah, do it. It's great on sandwiches. Send me the recipe, Brun.
Yes.
Send me the recipe. And Brun also asked a question here. Will you be painting the outside again for wood protection? Are you talking on the house, the barn, the chicken coop? Which building?
We're gonna
we got too many buildings.
We put boards on the base of the house when we closed in the underpinning of the cellar. It's not a cellar, but under the house.
The crawl space.
The crawl space. and they were not sealed. They were not stained. We will stain them
in
to
the
match,
spring. We use
match the house.
this color here is called Canyon Brown, and we got to pick up a 5-gallon bucket in the springtime. Redo that.
And we know it'll never match exactly.
Yeah, and that's
but
okay. I mean,
it's okay.
I suspect that old man Jim on the other cabin actually did an oil and diesel mix and then spread it onto the house, because that's what it looks like, because it's faded in spots and in some places it's
But
not.
it has been very effective.
Yeah. Everybody's like, oh, it's a fire hazard. Well, no, the
doesn't
volatile aspects of the diesel and stuff like that evaporates quickly, and then
Mhm.
you're left with the petroleum product that's staining it, and it looks nice.
It looks good.
It looks like this, but just faded out.
Mhm.
But I suspect that's what he did. John said the blueberry pancakes look good. They were good, and
they were
yeah.
good.
We gotta finish picking blueberries. We got a little bit more raspberries to pick as well.
Yep. And we're going to go through the raspberry patch, which is vast.
Yeah.
And you can't get to the middle of it. I can't. Oh my gosh, they're taller than I am. And we're going to have one of us on one side and one of us on the other side. And we're going to reach to the middle of the patch. And then we're going to make a path at that space where we can actually walk through it. So we'll have lines of raspberries.
Because right now
we can actually reach.
We're just forcing our way through it, and I don't want to do that.
And it's not good for the bushes. And
Ira says, great harvest you're having. Wow, chocolate zucchini cake. Yeah, if you've never tried it, you need to.
Yum.
I had people, I managed a Dunkin' Donuts at nighttime years ago down in Florida, after I had a bad car wreck because I couldn't do my regular work because it's very physically taxing. And I made it for the general manager one day, and she's like, oh, I ain't trying that. I hate zucchini. And one of the other girls grabbed it, popped it in her mouth, and she's like, oh. So, of course, Tina had to try it. She grabbed the big chunk, and she's like, oh. And she went like this and walked away with the chocolate zucchini cake. It's like,
It's pretty darn good.
Enigmatic, which good seeing you here. I appreciate you showing up, and you have a great night, and enjoy your dinner.
Yes.
Brown says, I like Friends, and it's nice. Yes, it is. On to it, Ozzy. Winter has kind of a no snow. We didn't use heating at all this year. Wow.
We've used heat a good bit of summer.
No, not really. We usually, if we fire up the wood stove, it was to do some baking.
That's true. That's really true.
Yeah, the last week or so, we've run it almost every day for the last week for a short time to get the dampness out of the house, because the temperatures outside have been in the 40s or 50s. So we're trying to keep it, from getting too damp in the house.
The dampness is an issue, and baking is an issue. We can't make bread on the little bitty gas stove.
Yep.
2 burners.
And that 2-burner stove's coming up next summer, because I can't cook on 2 burners. It's been hell for me this summer trying to cook on 2 burners. John will tell you, I've made some hell of a spreads at John's house for him and his wife and friends. I like to cook, and I need more than 2 burners.
Yes. and they're
tight.
They're tight.
It's tight.
Yeah. You can hardly fit 2 pots. On the 2 burners. It's that tight.
I can't fit a pot in one of my mid-sized skillets on there without having
at the same time. Right. It's very difficult.
Ira, it was good seeing you in here, and I hope to see you again sometime soon. You have a great day, and I'll probably see you tomorrow night on Loans Video. You have a great night.
Thanks for stopping by.
Clint says, question. Let me highlight that question. There we go. How much solar power do you generate? We have 6 315-watt panels. I had it set up to run in 3 series of 2. Now I have it set up to run in 2 series of 3. And the reason is I want the higher voltage to drop it down to the 24 volts, so I get more amperage. So if you have like a 30-watt or 30 volt or a 40 volt system, and you have 24 volt bank, you're only going to get X amount of wattage and voltage and amperage. But if you increase your voltage way high, like today at the prime, we were pumping at about 120 volts DC, and it takes that and drops it down to 24 volts, and it increases your amperage. At one point, I was pumping in with those 6 panels today about 55 to 57 amps going into the batteries. And we use a lithium battery bank system. And
Right.
we will, over the next few years, every year, add on a few more panels until it
Yes.
gets to what I want. I want it to be able to run somewhat efficiently on cloudy days.
Mm. And we had some clouds today, and we had some
At one point, even when it was cloudy, I was getting about 7 to 8 amps.
encouraging results.
So, and I just recently changed it because I've been experimenting to see what kind of amperage I get versus single panels, 6 single panels, or 3 sets of 2 panels. And now we're in the stage of doing the 2 sets of 3s. And when I was on my boat, my system was 12 volt, and I kept it simple. I had 400-watt panels out, and it did well. I ran them in series, and it did really well on charging my batteries on the sailboat. So here, because it's a little bit different of a solar system, I'm trying different systems to see what's going to be best for the house. Well, I was reading through my booklet when it said that it could take 120 volts max. I'm like, well, I'll put it, because if I up the voltage, it's going to give me more amperage on the bottom end, and it seems to be working. Everybody's saying good night to Ira.
Good night, Ira.
I'm trying to catch up.
Yeah.
JR, the overheating is caused by not having air movement over the camera because it has a housing on it for the GoPro. And it's a pitta. I'll deal with it as I go. And I like having the housing on it because I can actually put my lapel mic on there, my wireless lapel mic, and be able to use that to talk to it versus a built-in microphone, which isn't as good a quality. I'm going to eventually look into a better camera system. If I can save the money up and buy another Canon, like I used when I was doing photojournalism, my Canon 7D was an amazing camera for photography, and it did very, very well for cinematography work. So I'm hoping one of these days I'll be able to pick up another one.
Or who knows what technology will improve.
Right. Everything's changing. I mean, I love a mirrorless system, but I mean, I can't afford $5,000-$6,000 for a camera body. Ashley. Hey, Ashley. Good to see you. I was wondering where you were. Good to see you in here. It's okay that you're late. Yes. We won't mind. We won't hold it against you. Nope. And Ira's saying good night to a few folks.
Good night, a few folks.
Onto it, Ozzy. My kids are my tech people. They can't edit, so they tell me. That's why I'm not doing Andy bits. You can learn. It's not bad.
John.
So I'm just scrolling through. Everybody's greeting you, Ashley, and Ashley's greeting people. Where's John in Alaska tonight? I haven't seen him in a little bit. Oklahoma Grammy says, hey, everyone around me is bringing their baby chickens and mom hens inside where it's cooler for them. Yeah, I bet. Yeah. It's very hot here. Poor Bill is going to melt here waiting for the Pinecone meetup in October, right? Yeah, no, those temperatures are not good. The chickens can actually deal better with cold temperature than warm.
Than too hot. They have feathers. Feathers are really good insulation.
Yep. And Brun is greeting Ashley, and everybody's greeting Ashley. And it's good to see you, Ashley. Have we had any lag or anything like that tonight, guys? Brun. Yeah, actually, Brun, Dunkin' Donuts in Punta Gorda, Florida, where we used to live, was actually my office. Ask John. I would get up in the morning. What are you chasing, Zeus? He's chasing bugs over there, flies. I would get up in the morning, get off the boat, go to Dunkin's, have 2 or 3 iced coffees, and do my paperwork, get my schedule set for the next couple of days, and then go to work. Those who don't know, I was self-employed. I own a marine-based company. I was in the marine maintenance, did everything from detailing to rebuilds. So I was always busy, and my prices were well below everybody else, and I made good money. JR, zucchini bread is fantastic. Yes, it is, but I like chocolate zucchini cake better.
I like it all.
I like cake. Matt says, I need something besides this 40-year-old electric range that's here. It's gross, and I hate cooking on electric. No, ditch it.
Yeah, I have never cooked on electric except when we were flat broke and renting.
Matt, if you need
Anytime
to,
I had a choice.
if
always
you don't need more
gas.
than 2 burners, run down to Home Depot, or not Home Depot, Lowe's, or not Lowe's, Walmart, and buy just a little camp stove, a little propane camp
Yeah,
stove.
it's
It'll work
just
great.
as good as the 2-burner.
When Sarah and I first got here in 21,
Mhm.
we rented an Airbnb, a tiny house
tiny
from
house, yeah.
somebody for a month while we're
Mhm.
waiting to close.
Right.
And it didn't have a stove or anything like that. So
It
we
had a
went out.
sink.
We went out and bought a camp stove, and I left it there because people are friends of ours. So I left it there, and I should have brought it here because it would have expanded my cooking abilities
Yes, it
here.
really would have made a big difference here in summer.
Yep.
Because in the 80s, you just cannot light a wood stove.
Oh, you got to do something better, honey.
What she got?
Hang on.
She
She says, I feel your pain, Rob. I've been cooking with a single butane burner, or just what the limited space of wood stove that is. It's not easy. No, it's not.
Oh, it's not easy.
Alone, that wood stove you have, did you get a newer one yet? That one, you can get a more efficient stove and it'll run much better. Like we have the Blaze King 32, and that is rated actually up to about 2,400 square foot. If you get the Blaze King 42 or 48, I can't remember which it is, that's actually rated almost a 3,000 square foot house.
It's huge.
It is very easy to feed. It does not use a lot of wood.
They're very easy.
Yeah. I know you were talking about a wood cook stove a while back. Unfortunately, a lot of the wood cook stoves that are efficient won't heat a big house. That's why we got the Obadiah 2000. It's hungry, not super hungry.
Not super hungry. Not as bad as we feared.
Right, but it'll heat a 2,500 square foot house, and it does not have a problem doing it here.
The major issue is it's very dear. It was our biggest investment since we've been here.
That's, well, our second biggest.
What was the biggest?
The side-by-side cost more.
Side-by-side.
The side-by-side cost more than the stove. And the stove was not cheap.
It was not cheap.
Actually, about the same price after you look at the shipping with the helicopter. It's about the same price.
Because the helicopter had to come from Palmer instead of right from Talkeetna.
Yep.
The helicopters from Talkeetna were not big enough and strong enough to carry 900 pounds.
Yeah, this is 900-pound stove.
900-pound stove.
Brun says, I like cooking meat. It's my specialty. That's what my family say.
Yay.
JR, plus with higher voltage from panels, you can run smaller gauge wires. Yes. A lot of people don't understand that. If you run a 12-volt system, like I had on my boats, you got to run a fairly decent sized wire. But the higher the voltage, because of voltage drop and loss, you can actually run smaller wires. The only thing I regret about the way we set up this house here is I should have went with a 48-volt system instead of 24-volt. Because that freezer, when it kicks on, that draws, 3 amps, would have only drawn 1.5 amps. So it wouldn't have been so bad. But we're making do it. It'll be fine.
And it's just when it kicks in, right?
No, when it's running.
When it's running.
It's a continuous thing. So every time you go up, like from 12 to 24 volts, if at 12 volts, it drew 4 amps. At 24 volts, it draws 2 amps. At 48, it draws 2 or 1, whatever. I lost it. But when I was in the marine industry, I did a lot of solar panels and a lot of battery exchanges. We're starting to put a lot of lithium in boats at that time, and it was crazy. The Canon D80 is quite popular among creators. Yes, it is. The big reason is because the extra screen will turn and flip over so you can see it on the other side. That's why it was really popular with the folks for doing video creating. And that was actually not so bad. On to it, as you know, Rob, me and computers are arch enemies. That's kind of what Sarah heard. Yeah. Brun says, Rob, I was going to buy some Alaskan salmon, but they sell it here in specialty shops, but it's cheaper to buy a plane ticket to Alaska. Right, yeah. That's not good.
Do come up.
Well, that's kind of like buying king crab here.
Yeah.
King crab is through the roof. And Jared says, no lag here.
Good.
click the keeps them in the house pantry. Click, he keeps them in the house pantry. That's John. I'm not sure what John's saying. I probably missed something back there. Clint, a little lag here, but not much.
Good.
Onto it, Ozzy. Yeah, I'm a little behind.
Oh.
John Hogan or Clint says to John, okay, they should keep them warm. I'm missing things. It's okay.
It's okay. It's all okay.
John says Angie wants some chocolate zucchini bread. No, it's not chocolate zucchini bread. It's chocolate zucchini cake.
Let them eat
Big
cake.
difference.
Oh, and I pushed for a cake plate, and it is a glass pedestal plate with a lid.
Yep, we just got that recently.
Really, and right now it has just a little thin layer of brownie in there.
Yep.
It works for everything. So now instead of baking brownies in a square pan, we put them in a round pan.
Yep, I use one of my spring pans.
It works really, really well.
Matt says, I have Camp Chef Everest Camp, so just need to set up somewhere good. Get it done. Onto it, Ozzy. No gas appliances are allowed in any new build in Victoria now. They're trying to do that here too. They're trying to regulate everything. They're trying to regulate stoves, ceiling fans, how much beer we can drink. I don't really drink a lot of beer, but
I don't drink.
They're trying to say we can only have 2 beers a week.
I don't have 2 a year.
You start giving me a hard time about my martini, we're gonna have an issue.
Manhattan, I will defy the law.
A new wood cook stove is in my future. Good.
They're wonderful.
Research alone.
Even I can cook on a wood cook stove.
Yeah, research them alone. There's a lot of good ones out there.
Absolutely.
So many different brands, but some are more efficient than others. Get out of there.
Fly.
Some are more efficient than others, and the big thing is because I know your house is good size like ours.
It is.
Pay attention to what the square footage is, unless you're going to run a secondary heat source. Had we thought about it, I might have bought a cheaper stove for cooking on and a Blaze King at the same time. It probably would have petered out about the same price, but the Blaze King would have been a lot more efficient to heat the house versus the cook stove.
That's really true.
But
the Blaze King brand is extremely
good.
efficient.
But the thing is most of the cook surfaces on the smaller stoves I don't have. The oven size is smaller. When I go into cook mode, I use almost every inch on top of that stove.
Yes, it does.
So I need to have the space. Hey, Kaido, good to see you in here, my friend.
Nice.
Kaido is a longtime friend, and he is also the one that I got my mold from for making my bullets for my black powder pistols and my air rifles. And Brooke Trout says I made an outdoor kitchen for canning and use a 4-burner propane. Works great, especially when a hurricane rolls through and everybody loses power. Exactly.
We're talking about an outdoor kitchen. Yep. We have to have a platform to put it on.
We're on the front porch, and there's a nice section out front here that we're eventually going to put a deck down on, and we're going to have it step down to different levels, and that'll be where the summer kitchen will be. That way we don't cook ourselves out in the summertime.
Oh yeah, that's a big deal.
Yep. Clint says, I can't cook worth a damn on electric stoves. I have a gas stove and would put Gordon Ramsay to shame. There you go. Good.
Even I can cook on a gas stove.
Brun says, once a long time ago when I was young and foolish, I cooked on a 1-burner. It sucked. Yeah. When I lived in New York City, after my divorce, I stayed up there for a little while. My stove was literally about 18 inches across, and it was tiny. I mean, it was hell to cook on, and no.
Yeah, we had a little square like this big, 1-burner stove, and it was very short for camping. And that's what I cooked on when I lived in a Volkswagen bus in a tent in Germany with an 18-month-old child in the 70s.
Yeah. Alone, yes, the J.A. Robies are really good wood-fired cook stoves. So if that's what you've got your eye on, grab that. It's pretty efficient, and yes, it does have a nice size wood box. That was the other one we were looking at.
It is. I remember that.
The reason we went with we love the Obadiah. The
We
big
love
reason
milk
why
and
we chose that over the J.A. Roby was because this was available right then.
right then.
We would have had to wait 6 months for the J.A. Roby at that time because that's when we were coming out of COVID. And
Yep.
they had somebody order this Obadiah and canceled.
Right.
And they're like,
And they sent it to us.
they're like, this is going to be one
Boom.
of the last ones made because they're not going to make them anymore because well, I can't remember the reason. I think it was expensive to make. I mean, it's not a cheap
It's not a
stove.
cheap stove.
But it's the build quality is amazing and it works very, very well.
And it heated the entire house when we were trying to work in the house.
Yes.
When we were still building this house. Oh, the building was built, but
Yep.
trying to make it from a shell to a house. And it really made all the difference in the world.
Yep. But yeah, the J. Roby was the other one I was looking at.
It was.
And if you get a chance and if they offer you the option for the coal and / wood fired, get that. Reason is because sometimes you can get coal pretty cheap and you're not changing anything out. Basically, it's going to shake a grate in it to shake the coals. If they have that option, get it. I advise you on that.
Yeah, I had an old vintage coal / wood stove, and it was a cylinder, and it was a pretty little thing. My grandmother had it, and it did work quite well. We used both coal and wood in it, and there was a time when pellets were the hot item.
Yeah,
and pellets worked very well in it as well. So whatever is available in the community at the time might work. Flexibility is a wonderful thing.
Yep. John, cake, bread, whatever. Matt says water heaters in is new.
Yay.
One they're trying to regulate again. Yeah. Brun alone saying to alone at negative 50, 60 rigor mortis my body wouldn't be able to chop or stir anything to cook. Right. Alone says, Rob, the government needs to mind its own business. Yes, it does. See, I'm behind on comments. I'm sorry, folks. I don't think the martini makes me cool, Brian. That's just what I like. I like my gin.
No, yeah.
And I like my rum. Rob, Sarah, come on, Jen. I hope y'all will come and have fun with me for the 7th year YouTube anniversary giveaway on Thursday. Oklahoma Grammy, send me a link and a reminder, please.
Absolutely.
I know. I'll have to try to remember that. Let's see. Yeah, I'm a ways behind here, guys. I am so sorry.
Oh boy.
And I know we're getting close to Adam and Phyllis getting ready to come on here, so
that's good.
I got to watch my my time. So if I miss anybody's comments, let me know. I'm sorry. Alone says thanks for advice on the coal and wood dual heat option. Yeah, it's well worth it.
Yeah.
And see if they have a fire tube option where you can put a tube inside for heating up water alone, because at that point you could
huge difference.
Well, I'm not just saying, I'm talking about for the fire tube, not for like what we have for the tanks.
Right.
Most of them have tanks, but if you have the fire tube, you can actually put in radiant floor heating.
Yeah.
With a low volume water pump, and you would like
we
it.
Didn't go with.
No, we have the tubes. I just haven't set it up. I've got to get the system to do it, which is on my list to do. I was trying not to say anything, and I shouldn't have said anything because I was going to surprise her with it. Go figure, right?
Well, that will make a big difference in winter in the potential for freezing water under the house.
Yes, exactly.
That's the big deal.
You watching for something? You run side for something?
Okay, because I am not a techie person. When we moved up here, I thought, oh, we'll just have fire for heat and we'll have some kerosene lanterns and it'll be all romantic. Well, this is just like living almost on grid. He's got it working so well. Way more than I expected. It's a life of luxury and beauty. So where is he? He's my chatterbox. And I can't read. I can't see well enough to see. I can see circles on the scale. So I'm going to be boring. Sorry, folks. If you were really here, I would be able to interact better. And Zeus isn't even here to jump up and look cute. Sorry about that. And I don't have a clock. I don't know what time it is. I don't know if we should be telling about Adam and Phyllis coming on to their live very soon. Not a clue. Not a clue. Here he comes. I hear thumping. Yay. Oh, and he brought me chocolate as a compensation for having to entertain people.
All right. So Brooke Trout says, I have
Back
a small potbelly stove, putting it in a sauna. That'd be nice.
Oh, that's a good plan.
It's Jared says A and P, Adam and Phyllis at Alaska Florida scheduled for 5:45. Yes, so we have about 20 minutes or so.
Okay.
Brook Trout 1, I have actually say to Brook Trout, I have a potbelly and it's not a stove. Yeah, we all kind of get that. We call that the dad bod.
It happens.
And yes, I do have a son. Don't really hear from him much, unfortunately. He is somewhere either in Florida or in Wisconsin. He kind of bounces around a little bit, so I'm not sure where he's at currently. Hopefully he's doing good. I wish he'd call me a little bit more often. Ed says, I'll be right back. Been listening while in the shower. Too much TMI.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, Clint. I see how Clint. Now that Rob's gone, the fun can begin. Adam says, you're doing fine, not boring at all.
Oh, sweet man. And tolerant.
JR, some men have six-pack, some have kegs. I've been fortunate enough to have both. Now the keg's getting a little bigger and then it goes down. Started with a good sized keg, then went down to a party ball. Now I'm back up to a pony keg. Shouldn't say party ball because that shows my age.
The keg that we have is really a cask, and it's out in the yard, and it's going to come and cover up the big blue water container that contains our drinking water.
And that we get, we put
and it's going to be
water
so pretty.
Yep.
So I have a whole new twist on pots and kegs and.
Yep. God, I had a brain fart. I was thinking about. I was going to say to you guys, and now I had a brain fart.
Oops.
I can't remember.
It's
getting old
when
thing.
That happens to him. I hate when it happens to me.
Anybody else have any questions? I'm going to see. Brun, oh, by the way, seeing I'm a day ahead. The winning lottery numbers. John, get those lottery tickets. We don't have.
Yes,
we do not have a lottery here in Alaska. We have pull tabs, which is like having a scratch off, but you pull these little window things open and you don't win much. I think $1,500 is the max you can buy. Ashley, belly plus no butt, plumber crack. Clint says I'm 6'5" with a pot belly. Like a little pregnant worm. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing because
that's so cute.
I'm kind of the same way. I'm not 6'5". I'm about 6'1".
Perfect height. Actually, he's in real good shape.
John, appreciate you being here, brother. As always, I really do. I'll give you a call tomorrow. Love you, brother. Give Angie a hug for me, and tell the kids that I said hi.
Yes.
I think Dylan sent Sarah a friend request today.
He did, and I accepted, and I finally saw one from Angie and accepted that. And I hope that Dylan is okay in his new digs.
Yeah. You pushed it too hard today. You got to go easy, brother. You got to go easy. There is a lotto in Alaska, Adam? I didn't know that.
I didn't, but I'm not much of a gambler. Even though I left Florida on a chance for an idyllic lifestyle in Alaska, and I won.
Love you, bro. Be good.
Mhm.
Tell everybody I said hi. If you go to Duncan's, tell everybody I said hi. Yeah, Duncan's is down there. It's kind of special to me.
Right. And if you run into the garden club ladies inside on a Monday morning, say hi from me.
The same Duncans that I managed, I've been going to the same Dunkin' Donuts for almost, till we moved here, for 30 years every day. I think I put about 5 kids through college that worked there. Just on tips.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not a Starbucks fan.
No.
Let's see here. Brick truck coincidence. I'm a plumber. Too skinny for that. Alone. Hang on. Alone says, I heard about the Alaskan lottery recently too, but I thought gambling other than pull tabs was illegal in Alaska. You can't have like drawings and stuff like that, but it has to be done through, I believe, a non-profit organization. I think it's what Dave from the Gnome set was explaining to me, because when he was trying to set up the gathering meetup, he was going to try to see if we can get somebody to do that, but we were still in the midst of doing paperwork for his 501(c)(3).
Mm-hmm. It's complicated.
Yeah, it's a peta.
Mm-hmm.
And JR send a link. Don't send a link. I like my money in my pocket. I used to play the lottery down in Florida all the time, but I'd win $10, $20 at a time. Hogan, on the other hand, I watched a man scratch a ticket off of 10K twice. He had all the luck.
Wow.
I mean, I've done okay. I mean, I've won 1,500 here and there, but I'd rather keep my money in my pocket.
I'm doing good to not make enough to pay for the ticket.
On Twitter, I was like, gambling is illegal, but packing heat on display isn't. Can I move there?
Yes. Sure.
I hear train.
I do.
It's southbound, probably the Hex or Pex, or whatever they call them. I don't know. The ones from Fairbanks.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Brun says everything's becoming illegal. Just go break them rules. Say I who worked for rule making. Yeah. She was Brian. You were what? You were military MP, or were you also a peace officer? I can't remember. Not anymore. Now I break lots of rules. Just smoke it. Just smoke to the judge. It'll be okay. That's right. We won't judge you.
No.
Clint says, I have an aunt that won $2 million in Arizona, was broke in a year with nothing.
Yeah.
I don't understand how people do that. If I was to win 2 million and I had 2 million in cash, I'd take 1 million and have fun. 1 million would go into the right investment, because if you invest it properly, you can make between 30 to 60,000 a year. And where we're at, $30,000 to $60,000 a year, you can live very well.
Yes.
So I don't understand people who do that. But I've got one friend down in Florida, Sandy and Ron. They hit for 7 million, and they did well. They invested. They were a little on the smart side.
I can't even imagine.
Hang on here. Clint says, I have. Okay, I already read that one. So Brian says, I know prison is nice here. You get free Wi-Fi and clothes and food. Wi-Fi? I mean, I can understand food and clothes, but Wi-Fi? Yeah. They get devices in there? I mean, I know a lot of countries are different from the United States. In the United States, unfortunately, it has become a business, so to say. An institution has become commercialized here. You go to a lot of European countries, Canada, obviously Australia. It's meant to rehabilitate somebody. In this country, it's to make money, is all it is. It's the penal system is not right.
Not right.
Ashley says non-conformity is where it's at. Anturazi, agree. Brunt says, Ash, it's called freedom. As long as you don't kill anyone, you should just do things. There's a shortage for police. We all retired. Yeah.
No.
Alaska's kind of the same boat. They're always hunting for new troopers and nobody's coming up. I've got a friend back in Florida. She's a Leo down in Fort Myers area. And she'd love to come up here to become a state trooper. Problem is she's tiny.
Oh,
She don't meet the criteria for
she's
size.
too small.
And her family won't let her.
Oh,
I mean, she's a good girl, but her family won't let her come up here.
I can't remember the last time my family didn't let me do something.
Right. Clint says prison for profit here in the States. Yeah, unfortunately, that is the case.
It is.
It is.
So it's really hard to let people out for like good behavior.
Yeah.
Or
Well, it's like
whatever.
when a lot of states legalize marijuana, they dumped everybody that was already in the systems for possession and sales. Well, some of the sales they kept in it because it was large scale sales.
Well,
but they dumped the people back on the streets, and the prison systems were hurting for money, so they started locking people up for other things. Go figure. I don't understand the
and
system.
the people
It's
who
broken.
got out weren't prepared.
No. Oklahoma
So-
Grammy, Sarah, Rob, it won't allow me to post a link because I'm not a moderator. Hang on, Oklahoma Grammy. I will make you a moderator. If it will not let me do that from here because I'm in whatchamacallit. Give me 1 second. I will go over to here and go here. And it's not showing here. Nope, there you are. I'm trying, guys. Don't go nowhere. It's giving me hell. All right. You should be able to do it now, Oklahoma Grammy. Hello, Deborah. I don't know if I saw you come in. If I didn't, I'm sorry. Good to meet you. Good to see you in here.
Absolutely.
Wi-Fi in prison to do online courses so prisoners can get better education. That's the way it should be done. That's
true.
the way it should be done. Reforming people, not treating them like cattle.
In the 80s, when I was a non-traditional student at Penn State, in one of my classes was a man who was rehabilitating, and he was taking some courses that I was taking, and he did very well. He got good grades. He worked quite hard. He was personable. Did a good job. It was fine. And he was open about his situation. So the whole class knew something of his background at least. And he was well accepted. Not embraced, if you will, but certainly accepted. It was a good thing.
Yep. JR says the sheriff in Arizona had cable in the jail, but only Weather Channel, so they would know how hot it would be. Made them also. I know you're talking about that. Oh God, I can't think of the name of the guy. Yeah, there was a big hubbub about that. I remember that. And they had a lot of them intense, and some actually got sick because they were having problems with sanitation.
Difficult.
Yeah, I mean, if they're in there, you gotta treat them right. But at the same time, you wanted, in my opinion, I'd rather see them reformed than treated like animals, become productive, pay taxes, stuff like that. Yeah. That's my opinion.
Indeed. Agreed.
Brennan says Wi-Fi to do online courses. Okay. On to it, Aussie. Bet the shortage is because the blanket rule for all government work is no job, no job. I got a certified letter from hospital CEO. There you go, Grammy, Oklahoma Grammy, Sandra Madero. She got it posted. Brooke Trout, what about murder? I'm going through crap right now. No, maybe I lost something on that. No, murder's not good. Never good to take a life.
Never good.
unless it's justifiable. If somebody's hurting somebody else, like if somebody was doing something to Sarah, they're done. No questions, ifs, ands, or buts about it. They're done. As well as any of my family, any of my friends.
That would be not good for you.
Yeah, but if they were doing something, it'd be worth it if I'm saving your life. JR says, I believe they only fed them bologna sandwiches. Oh, that can't be healthy.
Ew.
That would not be healthy.
I haven't eaten bologna in these many years.
No. I don't do well with processed food.
No.
I actually have an allergy to certain chemicals they put in, especially processed meat for sandwiches and stuff like that. I mean, the only time I can really have a lunch meat if it's something like unprocessed turkey, chicken, or roast beef. So usually if I have something like that, it's a roast beef. If I get true Italian salami and pastrami, stuff like that, I'm okay. But as soon as they start putting the nitrates and nitrites in there, I can't have it all. I can't have it all. Oklahoma Grammy is sharing some links out. And I got to keep an eye out because Adam should be dropping a link for his live. And when Adam does drop a link for his live, we're out of here.
Woo!
Not that I always want to get rid of you guys, but we got to support our friends.
We do indeed.
Adam and Phyllis have become very good friends. They open up their home for us to come down and hang out with them. All right, radio's off the train. Oops. But they're really good people. So if you're not familiar with them, you need to watch them. They are an amazing couple. Brent says my eldest daughter is a research doctor. Excuse me. It's moving. And youngest daughter, a policy analysis for a mining company, both married and to good men. They earn more than any police or military. So that's what's wrong. Yeah.
Well, there is that.
So that's why there's a shortage. Yeah, that is an issue. You know, the Leos should be paid accordingly. They're putting their life on a difficult job. Yeah, they're putting their life on the line, and I respect them tremendously for what they do. But at the same time, you do have the jerks. There are some that step over the line, and it is a thin line. And those ones I don't particularly care for. If you do something wrong, you need to be punished, whether you got a badge or not.
I've had some very funny experiences with policemen. One of them stopped me for not having my date sticker on my license plate. He asked about if there was a reason, and I showed him it was in the glove compartment, and he asked me why I didn't put it on. I said, well, it was dirty and I didn't have anything to clean.
He went and cleaned it, put the sticker
on. Cleaned it up and put this sticker on and said, go. It was wonderful.
Clint says, better get on meds for that. They're pushing this lab-grown meat and bugs now. Yeah, no. If that's all they sell, I'll just disappear into the wilderness with Sarah. I'll just.
Well, I already did that.
Oops, I already did. I'll just eat what I can catch. Catch and cook. Every meal. Brun says not enough people want to join. Yeah, that's true. A lot of people don't want to join the force because there's a lot of issues on how the Leos are looked at nowadays, just because of a couple bad apples. Ashley, unfortunately, police have to deal with mental health issues more and more. They do. And it's not just them, it's the people around them as well.
Yeah. They closed the mental institutions. And it wasn't like they were bedlam in the ancient days. There was some help. And some of those people who were in those hospitals had no clue in the world how to get by in the outside world.
Yep.
And they were released, and hence the homeless issues.
Yep. On to it. Ozzy says, thanks, Rob and Sarah, for sharing your life and time with us. Not a problem. We enjoy it.
We enjoy it.
And Brian says, oh, Rob, I cooked an incredible roast beef yesterday you would have liked. Oh, I bet. If it's anything like the recipe you gave me for the cake.
Oh, the cake.
I'm sure I would.
We do like roast beef.
And so we're just getting, there's 3 minutes left or so. And thank you, Oklahoma Grammy, for sending out the links to everybody. I appreciate
Yes,
that.
thank you.
We're just going to kill the next 2-3 minutes waiting for Adam and Phyllis to get their live up and running. He's supposed to, actually, I need to check my phone because he's supposed to send me a text.
Maybe that was what that ding was. I thought I heard a ding.
No,
No, it wasn't.
no.
Well,
Uh,
is it
that was
anything
just
fun?
email update.
Well,
No, I can't.
yes,
There we go. I think I told Adam to come in and post a link in here and we'll all go from there.
exactly.
But
Isn't that what we did last week?
no, they set theirs up and I just ended mine at a certain time and we all went over there.
It's very nice.
Oklahoma Grammy, y'all are so kindly welcome. Smudge and good night from Lee. Well, cut the cord. Yep.
Yay! Yes. Cut the cord.
And I just want to say thank you to everybody for showing up today.
Mhm.
We've actually had quite a few people on tonight, and I'm happy about
It's
that.
a
I'm very
treat.
impressed.
Yeah.
We appreciate all of you for coming in, spending an hour and a half with us whenever we do this. And we're going to continue on the schedule and let us alone ask for her day back. And if she does,
Right.
we'll give it to
We'll
her.
give it to her, of course.
We highly respect Alone.
Incredibly.
She is an
Generous.
inspiration to all of us on
Indeed.
how we do things. I mean, that's just one chick doing this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's,
Amazing.
Adam and Phyllis, and then I was here. It's two of us at each of these places.
It is.
And we watch this young lady do her thing, and
I
she's
don't know how
amazing.
she does it. She does all of the tech stuff and all of the hard stuff, the physical stuff.
Yep.
I mean, she's just, and the knowledgeable stuff.
Alone, if you're still here, go to Adam and Phyllis's page to their live and drop a link over here for me real quick, just in case they forget to do that. If you haven't left already.
She's totally amazing.
And see, once again, had a great time talking to everyone. See y'all in a few minutes. Live. So we're here for me. If I'm probably using all my power of my cell phone right now.